Okay, welcome back, trainers. Today we're going to be talking about the washing machine. Yes, that's right, the one and only Wash Rotom electric water type, one of my personal favorites to use. I have like 6 different Rotoms that are in rotation for Sword and Shield, and a couple more that I've even wanted to build. So this is an amazing Pokemon. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, the washing machine is going to have pretty impressive defensive stats. So defense 107, special defense 107. Its HP is going to be where it falls a little flat on the bulky side, and that's only going to be 50. However, it does have pretty good defensive stats to kind of complement that low HP stat, and you could always put EVs into it to bring that up as well, which is what I commonly do, especially for the bulky sets with the Rotom. Now, when it comes to an attack standpoint, you are not going to be using physical attack. It's only got an attack of 65, so you're not going to be looking to use anything crazy heavy physically, but special attack is 105, and that is more than viable to use. So you can make either bulky Rotoms, you can make special attack set Rotoms, complete support set Rotoms. This Pokemon is very, very, very versatile and will allow you to do a lot of different things. I think in Sword and Shield I have like 6 different Rotoms that I have in rotation for different teams, with a couple more that I've wanted to build. I just haven't gotten around to it. So this Pokemon is very, very versatile with a lot that you can do with it. Speed stat is going to be 86, not crazy high, not crazy low, kind of middle ground, almost true middle there at 86. So you can definitely play around and do some things with that as well. Okay, now its one ability is going to be Levitate, and this is one of my favorite abilities in the game because this does neutralize the ground typing, so you will not be able to be hit by things like Earthquake or anything that's of the ground typing. It's just going to be immune, which is amazing. This is a good Pokemon to have in conjunction with an Earthquake user, so this way you're not going to be taking damage, but you can still keep it out on the field doing whatever kind of build you have, whether it's offense or bulk or support or whatever, but still being able to use that massive Earthquake damage with something like a Groudon or a Rhyperior or whatever it may be. Okay, so one of the best things about Rotom is it's going to have a lot of resistances to its weaknesses. It's got a great ratio. It's going to be resistant to flying, fire, water, and ice. All of those are going to be cut in half, and then steel type even further for the electric water is going to be cut into 25%. So you're only going to take 25% of a steel type damage to this Pokemon. Whereas its weaknesses, it's only going to be weak to grass, and that's a 2x weakness, so just be careful of that. But that's the only weakness compared to 5 resistances and 1 immunity with ground. So that is a great ratio. It is an amazing ratio, and this is one of the reasons why you need to have Rotom. If you're finding this video helpful at all or you're liking it, please drop a like and subscribe. Also, guys, feel free to come over and visit us at the Twitch channel anytime you'd like. We do a lot of battles, raids, and trades every day, mostly Pokemon content as well as on Pokemon Go. You'll find the links down below in the description. Other than that, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this video. Alright, we got a lot to cover for these movesets here, so I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can so it's not a 40-minute video. But if you haven't already, please drop a like and subscribe. Put a comment down below if you have any questions. I do respond to all questions. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get into it here. So the first moveset is going to be a special defense support moveset here. So we're going to do 252 into HP, 156 EVs into special defense, and 100 into physical defense here. And we are going to use the calm nature, which is going to boost up our defensive stats even more. So we want to make sure that we are a little bit on the bulky side here, as this is going to be a bulk support. So the moveset is going to be Will-O-Wisp, Light Screen, Protect and or Reflect, Hydro Pump and or Thunder. So let's go ahead and talk about these moves a little bit. Okay, starting with Will-O-Wisp, obviously when you land this every turn, that Pokemon is going to take a little bit of damage, but more importantly, for a physical attacker, this is going to nerf their damage by 50%. So let's say you have a Rhyperior out on the field, which is a good solid threat. You use Will-O-Wisp, now their damage is only going to be half of what it originally was. So this is a great nullification move for any physical offense that comes onto the field so that you can take that threat away and really manage the battle on your side. Light Screen is essentially the same thing. It's going to set up the screens, and it's going to give you a reduction in special attack damage that you're going to take on your end. So, and that's going to be for any Pokemon you have, whether it's singles or doubles. You're going to take that reduction in special attack damage. So if a Venusaur is coming out and it's going to attack you with Solar Beam, you're going to take less damage because of that Light Screen. Now, the next one you can use either Protect or Reflect, depending on what you prefer for your playstyle. Now, for this set here, I like Protect, because what's going to happen is you're going to start harassing them so much that they're going to start targeting down your Rotom here. So what you want to do is kind of predict when they're going to be attacking you, make them waste turns attacking the Rotom, but with whatever your partner Pokemon is, you're going in and you're attacking them with that one and dropping them down. And or if you're in singles, you can use a Protect to stall for a turn and let them take extra damage from that burn that they got from your Will-O-Wisp. That being said, if you want to have a physical reflect screen up, you can also do that. If you've got them Will-O-Wisp and a burn is on them and you have a reflect up, you are going to be taking no physical damage. I mean, it's going to be so low that it's going to be inconsequential to the battle at that point. So if you've got them double nerfed, essentially, you are good to go and just kind of stomp the heck out of them at that point. So the final one we have here is Hydro Pump and or Thunder, and this is going to come down to a big choice for playstyle. If you have this Pokemon in a rain team, obviously that's going to increase your damage for Hydro Pump, but that would also affect the accuracy check for Thunder, making it a 100% attack. So you're not going to have to miss the Thunder, which is a crazy strong attack. So this is a great thing because either one of these is a stab bonus for you. So if you've got the rain out, you got stab, plus you got the 50% increase from the rain for the Hydro Pump, or you can get the stab bonus on the Thunder with a no accuracy check and hit every time. Like I said, this is going to come down to a play style. I have one of each for these Pokemon. For my Wash Rotoms, I have a Hydro Pump one and I have a Thunder one. Each one is on a rain team and each one can kind of do its own thing. So that's going to be up to you personally. I do see a lot of use for the Thunder. I think I probably get more results out of Thunder than I do Hydro Pump. You just got to be careful when ground type Pokemon come out. Obviously, you're not going to have an attack that can actually do any damage to them. Next set is going to mirror the previous set, except we're going to go ahead and be defensive heavy here instead of special defensive heavy. So we're going to invert those EVs, 156 EVs into the defense and 100 into this special defense, with the 252 still going to HP. And this time we're going to be using the bold nature to boost the physical defense versus the calm nature of the previous set, which boosts the special defense. Both of these sets are going to use leftovers. So because this is a bulk support set, we want to make this Rotom live as long as it can. So leftovers is the way to go. If you didn't want to use leftovers because you already have it on something else, then you could use a berry corresponding to the nature. But I prefer leftovers here for this Rotom as much as possible. Moveset is basically the same thing. Will-O-Wisp, Reflect, Protect, and or Light Screen, Hydro Pump, and or Thunder. The difference between this set and the last one is literally, instead of Light Screen being the dedicated, we put that down as Reflect. So this time we are definitely picking Reflect to neutralize the physical defense or the physical damage that we're taking, as we are a physical damage heavy set. And then you could pick either Protect or Light Screen based off your playstyle. And like we went into on the last one, either Hydro Pump or Thunder based on your playstyle. Okay, now we're going to get into some attack builds here. So the first one, we are going to do 252 into HP and 252 into speed. The other four, you can throw it into whatever you want. I'm going to put it into attack here because we are going to make this a nasty plot build. So the moveset is going to be Shadow Ball and or Hex, Thunder and or Discharge, Nasty Plot with Volt Switch and or Protect. So we have a lot of your playstyle choices here. Shadow Ball and Hex are great because they are going to be special attack moves that can do damage. Now, Hex can do a crazy amount of damage if the Pokemon you're fighting already has a status effect like Burn or Paralyze on top of them. Now, that could also be Sleep or anything in that realm. However, you're not necessarily guaranteed that they're going to have one with this moveset. We're not keeping Will-O-Wisp on here or Thunder Wave on here. So you're kind of relying on either your partner Pokemon, if you're doing doubles, to paralyze or cause some kind of a status effect, and or hope that something like Discharge or Thunder is going to cause that paralysis. So me personally, I like to have Shadow Ball here, but Hex is an option depending on what you have on your team and what else you're putting on this Pokemon. Now, as far as the moveset, if I'm doing singles, I'm probably putting Thunder or Thunderbolt on this moveset, depending on if I'm in the rain. So if I'm in singles and I have a rain team going, then probably Thunder. If I'm in singles and I don't have rain, then I'm probably doing Thunderbolt, just for the accuracy portion of things. Now, if I'm in doubles, then I'm probably going to be using Discharge because it's going to hit both Pokemon on the opposite side of the field, and it has a chance to paralyze both. So that's a nice little bonus that you can get. Plus, it's a stab bonus, just like Thunder. So you're going to get that extra damage out based on the stab. So that's also good. Now, Nasty Plot needs no introduction. This is going to be you use it, and all of a sudden your special attack is a +2. So you goes up 2 stages as soon as you use it, and now, regardless of the EV distribution, now you are a massive offensive threat on the field, and you can do crazy amounts of damage. We've got Volt Switch here and Protect. So Volt Switch obviously is a pivot move that does some chip damage, or good damage if it's super effective, and that's going to allow you to pivot your Pokemon out and switch in without wasting a turn of doing no damage with your Pokemon. So this is nice, just you will have to hope you go first for the priority. So just keep that in mind. If something is outspeeding you, you might use Volt Switch, but they could still go before you and still hit you. So just keep that in mind as well. But it's a fairly bulky Pokemon, even just with the 252 HP and the base defensive stats. It's still pretty bulky and can survive most things out of the gate. However, if you like the bait kind of stuff, where you like to bait your attackers into you, you could Nasty Plot and then Protect and then attack, or Protect and Nasty Plot, whatever it is that you've got with you on your team. So there's a lot you can do with Protect here. I kind of go back and forth between the two. I probably stay with Volt Switch more often than Protect for both doubles and singles. But singles, I probably use it a little bit more with the Volt Switch, and Protect maybe a little more on the double side. So now at the bottom, we've got Levitate, Timid, and the Mago Berry. So Levitate obviously is the one ability that it has, nullifying the ground moves. Timid is going to boost our speed, and the Mago Berry is going to heal us once we get down to 1/3 or less of HP. And it's going to give us a big heal, way more than a Citrus Berry does. So that's why I go with the Mago Berry. You could put a Citrus Berry on here, you could have leftovers, or you could do an offensive item like Life Orb or Expert Belt or something of that nature. But I like to have the extra healing back here because Nasty Plot's going to give me all the boost and damage that I really need from this Pokemon. So I want to keep it alive as possible, as long as possible, as much as I can. So that's why I'm going with the healing items here. Okay, this final set is going to be straight offense. This time, 252 EVs into special attack, 252 into speed. The remaining 4 do whatever, defense or HP or whatever, it's up to you. But the moveset, we're going to go Shadow Ball or Hex, Thunder or Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, and or Protect. I do like Volt Switch on this a lot more than Protect, because this is a straight offensive build here, and that allows me to keep this offensive, no real bulk build alive a little bit longer. Hydro Pump, great stab bonus. It is going to do a ton of damage. Thunder, Thunderbolt, same thing. If it's a rain team, I am using Thunder 100%. If it's not a rain team, then it's Thunderbolt 100% to counteract that accuracy check on Thunder. And then I'm most likely just going with Shadow Ball here, but I did throw Hex up just in case somebody wanted to use that. But Shadow Ball is probably the one that I'm picking always, for the most part, always. So Shadow Ball, Thunder, Hydro Pump, and Volt Switch, those are the 4 you're really looking at. For the ability item nature, we're doing Levitate, Timid, and then you've got a plethora of items you can choose from depending on what you want to do. If you want to make sure you're going first, then Choice Scarf is the way to go. If you want to make sure you're one-shotting everything, then Choice Specs is the way to go. If you don't like being locked into a single attack for the rest of the time that this Pokemon is out, then you may want to choose something like a Life Orb or Expert Belt. I'm generally either using the Scarf or the Life Orb for this Pokemon here. Scarf is probably 60-70% of the time, with Life Orb being that 30 to 40% of the time. I don't really use Specs a whole lot. On the occasion, I'll throw that on there here. And Expert Belt is the least by far, but Choice Scarf, definitely a great choice, and Life Orb, my number 2 for this Pokemon. Just remember, if you use the choice items, you do get locked into whatever the move is that you are using. All right, trainers, so that is the Wash Rotom video. We do have a Heat Rotom video at the top right of the screen. If you want to check that out, just click the link to it, and it'll take you right there. Otherwise, Wash Rotom and Heat Rotom, those are my 2 favorites. All of the Rotom family has a lot of versatility, a lot of things you can do, but those are definitely the 2 that I use the most. Otherwise, if you haven't already, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the channel out, and I totally appreciate it. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, take care.